This movie has taken a long time to release, but finally, after a 3-year wait, it's out. A Hong Kong thriller that promises an element of horror, an all-star cast, and directed by a man who's more comfortable with serialized episodes than full movies. Is this the movie package that I was looking for? Hi, I'm the Artie Dans from the Asian Film Fans and the Artie Dans YouTube channels, and welcome to this review of the Hong Kong thriller Shadows. A psychologist is called by the police to help determine the mental state of a man who just killed his family and then attempted suicide. Her unique ability of being able to enter a person's subconscious mind leads her to discover he was being treated by another psychologist whose patient list seems to contain quite a few disturbed clients who are also suspected of murder. Alongside a police detective whose methods skirt the boundaries of the law, they investigate him and his clients until a brutal part of her past is revealed, forcing her to face a very uncomfortable truth and leading the detective to question her motives. Firstly, the very special thanks to Gary and the team at Hong Kong Movie Link, who have the US and Canadian theatrical rights to this film, which will release in selected US cinemas on July 14, with a Canadian release sometime in their summer. Gary provided me with a copy of this movie for review. This was one of the movies that was delayed due to COVID, coincidentally alongside Warriors of Future, for which this movie has quite a few links together. First, they're both from One Cool Pictures, Louis Koo's production house. And also, both of them feature Philip Keung and Kwan-Ho in supporting roles. Now, Philip Keung is played a character that you've seen him play a dozen times in movies before, in films such as A Witness Out of the Blue or even Shockwave Part 2. Now, he's good at that type of character. He overdoes it a little bit in this film, but he's well cast. And so is Kwan-Ho, or Gardner Ho, as Dr. Yan. His calm and confident character actually reminded me a lot of his performance as the government prosecutor from the film A Guilty Conscience. Now that was an excellent film and well worth your time to watch if you get the chance. But it's Steffy Tang who's the main draw card of this film, the singer turned actress with a very versatile back catalogue, including films like the action film Alstorm and the romantic drama film My Prince Edward. Now she holds her own in a rather male-dominated cast. She does a great job, especially when she gets to showcase her split personality type scene, and her delivery of the final line in this film really sells the ending quite well, leaving quite a bit for the audience to interpret. As for the movie itself, it's quite solid, but it's far from perfect, and that's thanks to the usual issues that plague Hong Kong cinema, and that can also be found here. And that is that the script writing is rather far-fetched, relying more on coincidence and the audience suspending some disbelief than of actually being grounded in practicality. Now, for example, everything in the film that happens is rather convenient, and that takes away the whodunit element of the film. Everyone knows each other really well. Things happen really quickly, and characters have this ability to just guess what's about to occur and how everyone's connected to each other. Now, to a degree, that works in action films, but for a thriller, that leaves the audience with more questions than they should have. However, we really do get a solid film here, and while predictable, it tells the story better than the movie in our recent review of Burning, and it's most likely because this is a proper Hong Kong film and not a mainland co-production. An outstanding element of this film, though, is the visual effects. Now, there's a lot of care and attention put into the CGI, with some quite horrific scenes and moments. Now, my favourites being the creepy bathtub scene. There's a scene where she's inside the mind of the social worker and where he's at the family dinner table and he's having this conversation with himself. That's pretty awesome. And there's also an excellent scene where she's inside the mind of the elderly home doctor or worker, and that has this really strong religious imagery. Visual-wise, this movie really excels, and it's quite clear that One Cool Pictures has found an excellent effects company to work with. Overall, this movie borderlines on a 3.5 and a 4, and I'd probably go slightly more towards the 3.5 due to the rather far-fetched elements of the storyline that detract from the thriller vibe. But visually, you're in for a treat, and it's topped off by a handful of very engaging performances. So if you've seen this or would like to see this, What did you think of it? Thank you for watching this review. Thanks again to Hong Kong Movie Link for supplying the film for us to watch. Press like on this video, subscribe to support us, and I will catch you in our next video.